Have you ever hit a logic wall in your CRM? You know the feeling. You are building a workflow to automate a vital business process, but you realize that the standard if-then branches can't handle the complexity of your data. Maybe you need to calculate a multi-tier commission structure or pull real-time data from a proprietary API to score a lead. Suddenly, the out-of-the-box solution feels more like a cage than a tool. There's only so much you can do with the tools you have. You've hit a wall. This is the moment where traditional revenue operations, RevOps, evolves into technical RevOps. In a world where business models are becoming increasingly unique, the ability to engineer your platform is no longer a luxury. It is a necessity for growth. The secret to breaking through that logic wall lies in programmable data. When we talk about programmable data, we are moving beyond simple data entry. We are talking about using HubSpot Operations Hub to write custom code that transforms, enriches, and orchestrates your data in real time. This isn't just about moving information from point A to point B. It is about making sure that by the time it reaches point B, it is precisely what your team needs to close a deal. Beyond the out-of-the-box ceiling, most CRM platforms are built for the 80% use case. They work perfectly for standard sales cycles and simple marketing funnels. But as your company scales, you enter the 20% zone, the area where your business requirements are too complex for standard workflows. Research shows that this lack of alignment and the resulting manual workarounds are expensive. According to global research by Gartner, in 2026, 75% of the highest growth companies adopt a RevOps model precisely to solve these disconnects. Without this alignment, organizations lose an average of 10% or more of their annual revenue due to friction and misalignment between departments. When your automation hits a ceiling, your team starts using spreadsheets and manual hacks to fill the gaps. This is where revenue leakage begins. Technical RevOps is the practice of using developer-grade tools to fix these leaks. By utilizing programmable data, you can build a revenue engine that bends to your business model rather than forcing your business to bend to the software. The evolution of automation, from low code to your code. For years, low code was the gold standard. It allowed non-technical users to build automation through a visual interface. While this is great for simple tasks like sending a follow-up email, it lacks the surgical precision required for advanced operations. Enter HubSpot Operations Hub. This tool has changed the landscape by allowing technical buyers to bring their own logic into the CRM. Instead of being limited to the buttons provided in the UI, you can write JavaScript or Python natively within your workflows. This shift allows for 3 critical capabilities. Custom code actions. You can write scripts that perform complex math, query external databases, or manipulate strings in ways a standard format data tool never could. Advanced data formatting. Messy data is the enemy of automation. If your state field has NY, New York, and NY, your automation will fail. Programmable data allows you to automatically normalize this. Flexible API integrations. You can connect HubSpot to any system with an API, even if a pre-built integration doesn't exist. Why does this matter? Because the cost of doing nothing is high. Forrester highlights that bad data is often the primary reason GTM strategies stall, with nearly 25% of the average B2B marketing database containing inaccuracies. Without the ability to programmatically clean and validate this data, your sales team will waste a quarter of their time chasing ghost leads. Solving the messy middle with programmable data. In the buyer's journey, the most critical phase is often the messy middle, the period between generating a marketing lead and closing a sales deal. This is where complexity usually kills momentum. Let's look at how programmable data solves these technical challenges. Advanced lead routing. In a standard setup, you might route leads by zip code. But what if your routing logic depends on the lead's technical fit? Imagine a scenario where you only want to route a lead to a senior account executive if the prospect uses a specific tech stack and has more than 50 engineers. Standard workflows struggle with this. With custom code in Operations Hub, you can ping an external service like StackShare or a proprietary database, retrieve that technical data, and route the lead in milliseconds. Third-party data enrichment. Data enrichment is often a batch process. You run it once a week and update your records. But in a fast-moving sales environment, a week is an eternity. Programmable data allows for just-in-time enrichment. As soon as a lead hits your CRM, a custom code action can trigger an API call to a service like Clearbit or 6sense. The workflow waits for the response, updates the record, and then proceeds with the next step. This ensures your sales reps always have the most current information the moment they pick up the phone. Complex calculations and custom objects. Many businesses have revenue models that don't fit into a simple price x quantity formula. If you deal with usage-based billing, weighted MRR, or multi-tier commissions, you likely have custom objects set up in HubSpot. Programmable automation allows you to perform calculations across these objects. You can write a script that totals the value of all usage records linked to a company and updates a total billing property automatically. Bridging the silos, API integrations, and data formatting. One of the biggest headaches for technical RevOps is the Frankenstack, a collection of tools held together by third-party middleware like Zapier. While middleware has its place, it adds latency and creates another point of failure. By using HubSpot Operations Hub, you can eliminate the middleman. Because the code runs natively within HubSpot, there is no extra hop for the data to take. This results in faster execution and better security. Consider the war between sales and marketing. Often this conflict arises because data from the marketing platform doesn't match what the sales team sees in the CRM. One team is looking at leads, while the other is looking at accounts. Programmable data acts as a bridge. It can take raw marketing data and map it into a format that makes sense for sales, ensuring both teams are looking at a single source of truth. The business case for this is clear. According to Boston Consulting Group, companies with advanced maturity RevOps functions are twice as likely to exceed revenue goals and 2.3 times as likely to exceed profit goals compared to those with intermediate maturity. Engineering the MQL to SQL handoff. The handoff from marketing to sales is where most leads go to die. If the data is incomplete or the notification is delayed, the lead goes cold. In a technical RevOps environment, you don't just pass a lead, you engineer the handoff. Using programmable data, you can create a validation gate. When a lead reaches the MQL stage, a custom code action runs a series of checks. Is the email a personal address or a business address? Is the company size property populated? Does the lead have a recent intent score from your website? If any of these checks fail, the code doesn't just stop. It can trigger a cleanup. For example, it can use a webhook to send the email address to a validation service. Only once the lead is clean does it get passed to sales. This ensures that your sales team is only spending their time on high-quality, actionable opportunities. This is how you solve the messy middle. Best practices for implementing programmable automation. If you are a technical buyer looking to implement these tools, here are a few rules of thumb to keep your RevOps engine running smoothly. 1. Prioritize documentation. In a low-code environment, the workflow is the documentation. But with custom code, you must be diligent. Comment your code clearly. Explain why the code is doing what it is doing, not just what it is doing. This is vital when you scale, and new team members need to maintain these systems. 2. Build for resiliency. API calls fail, external servers go down. When you write custom code actions, always include error handling. Use try-catch blocks and define what should happen if an external service doesn't respond. Should the workflow retry? Should it alert an admin? A robust system is one that can handle a failure without breaking the entire revenue engine. 3. Use the HubSpot sandbox. Never test your custom code on your live production data. Use a HubSpot sandbox environment to build and test your programmable data scripts. This allows you to break things in a safe space and ensure the logic is sound before it impacts your real-world leads and deals. 4. Keep logic centralized. Try to avoid having dozens of tiny code snippets scattered across hundreds of workflows. If you find yourself writing the same logic over and over, consider whether there is a way to centralize that process. Keeping your code clean makes it easier to audit and update as your business rules change. The future of technical RevOps. As we move further into an era of AI-driven sales and marketing, the role of programmable data will only grow. The companies that win will be those that can leverage their data as a strategic asset. They won't be the ones with the most tools. They will be the ones with the most integrated tools. Technical RevOps is about taking control. It is about moving away from black box software and building a custom-tailored engine that reflects your unique vision for growth. When you combine the power of HubSpot Operations Hub with the expertise of a technical team, the possibilities are virtually limitless. You can automate any process, integrate any system, and format any data point to meet your needs, building your future-proof revenue engine. The journey from standard automation to technical RevOps is a significant step. It requires a shift in mindset, from seeing your CRM as a database to seeing it as a development platform. But the rewards are well worth the effort. By embracing programmable data, you are not just fixing today's problems, you are building a foundation that can scale with you for years to come. You don't have to navigate this complex landscape alone. At Aspiration Marketing, we specialize in helping businesses bridge the gap between standard and extraordinary. We understand that your business is unique, and we believe your CRM should be too. As a HubSpot Platinum Solutions partner, we have the technical expertise to help you implement custom code actions, complex API integrations, and advanced data formatting. Whether you are struggling with dirty data or you are ready to build a fully automated multi-platform revenue engine, we are here to guide you. Our team doesn't just look at the software, we look at the people and the processes that drive your growth. We help you align your teams, clean your data, and automate the messy middle so your sales and marketing professionals can focus on what they do best, building relationships and closing deals. Are you ready to break through the logic wall? Your growth does not have to be a mystery. By focusing on the intersection of technology and operations, you can transform your business into a predictable, revenue-generating machine. Reach out to Aspiration Marketing today. Let's conduct a technical audit of your current lead-to-revenue process and see how programmable data can unlock your next level of growth. Together, we can build a revenue engine that is as ambitious as your business goals.